So welcome to Yin practice. Find a comfortable sitting position. Most of us know we're going to start in butterfly. So you bring your outsides, your feet to touch. Bring your feet a little far away from you. Almost arm distance. So make your feet out. That way you stretch your back and then come forward. And bring your head down. And just relax. If you don't want to be with your head down the whole time, you can lift your head. Obviously, it's hard to talk for everyone to hear. So this is a nice meditation in relaxation. This pose releases tension from your back. So just enjoy the sound of the waves. This is called butterfly pose. What's nice in the forward bends is that the forward bends release tension from the day, from your spine, and they help to stimulate the organs of your stomach and your liver, which help to create a sense of courage and a sense of awareness to the spontaneous insight that's possible. Like the insight of seeing the magic of nature around us. Some of you may have thought it was going to rain on you. And look at that. We might even see the sun steep right into the water again today. So give yourself credit for showing up. Remember, this is a practice that helps us move into mindfulness. Mindfulness is the awareness of our body or our breath and the ability to accept things just as they are. And once you accept, you can have the choices if you need to modify, if you need to intensify in some poses. Trust yourself. So this is our bell, and you can rise up and you can take a hammock if you want to. You release your legs out. You take your hands or your elbows and you kind of lean back like a hammock. But please let your body tell you if you want to do anything else. Trust your body between the poses. There's no right or wrong between the poses. You do whatever works for you. And then when you're ready to do the next pose, we'll sit up. Now we have a variety of bodies, and when I give you options, please remember that the options are the same benefit, so no need to try to think that I have to take a more challenging position. You get the benefits, it's the same benefits. So I'll show you 3 variations and you'll decide which one you want to use right now, okay? Half butterfly, we have the foot inside, we can fold over the leg, or we can fold over the center. Half of a shoelace, the leg goes all the way over, and then you really can only fold over the center. And then half of a frog, the foot goes on the outside, but I still have the knees wide. And then I can either fold over the leg or over the middle. I'm going to choose half frog, but you decide if it's half butterfly or half shoelace. Lots of options for you. So just decide which one you want to be in for 3 minutes. There you go, half butterfly, foot inside, half frog, foot on the outside, or half shoelace, the leg all the way over. So again, we're still working with releasing tension from the front organs, stomach and spleen, gallbladder and liver. We're also stimulating the urinary bladder, which helps calm the nervous system. But the forward bends are a way to release the gravity, the gravitational tension that our body gets by standing and sitting all day. It also helps to give a sense of peacefulness as the day closes, before we add a little energy so that you have some internal power for the rest of the evening. Right now, because we have one leg long and straight, we also stretch the hamstring of that leg. And now that your body and your mind have an appreciation to what goes on to the body or the emotions, you can relax and see what you gain by being in the pose. You can enjoy these words by a beautiful poetess from over 1,000 years ago. The name of the woman was Lala, and she used to run around in Kashmir singing. In one song she sang, "I, Lala, I was once a reed." A reed is just a piece of grass. "I, Lala, I was once a reed, but look, I blossomed. I have become a lotus flower." So give yourself the opportunity to blossom to the magical flower that you already are, by allowing the sun to shine upon you and inspire that sense of inner growth. So that's our bell, and you come up and you do what you need. If you like the hammock, you do the hammock. If you want to do something else, do whatever you like. You're going to move slowly, much slower than if we were moving and staying short period. That's normal. If you want to go to the other side before the bell, that's okay. I wait for everyone. But if you know what side you want to do, then go to that side maybe before everyone gets there. That's okay. And then I'll remind you, we had either half butterfly when you're ready. Foot on the outside, you're good. Sergey, you can stay. Or we have half shoelace, leg all the way over. Or we had a half of a frog. The foot went on the outside, but 90 degrees at the knees. And then you come forward, whatever you wear, you go. Flower, maybe center. You decide what works for you right now. No judgments about one side or the other. That's part of the acceptance. No two bodies are the same, and the right and the left side are also not the same. So just appreciate whatever you're feeling and see if you can relax with that feeling just as it is. And if it's too much, you will modify. And he's doing awesome today. Regular practice opens our body slowly but surely. As one teacher once said, practice and all will come. The great Chinese philosopher, the man who came up with the word yin yang, a guy named Lao Tzu, once said, you don't have to go outside if you want to see better. You don't even have to look out of a window. All you have to do is go inside and look into your heart, and there you will see what the greatest of all yogis knew, that the way to be is to do. And now you can do coming out of the pose. Doing is being, and if you want to take a hammock or shake your legs, do whatever you need. And then I'll show you variation for the last forward bend pose we'll do. And again, remember, it's all the same benefit for your spine when I show you variation. Just find the one that you'll enjoy staying for 3 minutes. But we'll wait till everyone's ready to watch. So either caterpillar, firefly, or snail. Caterpillar, the legs are straight and we round forward. Some people need to bend the knees. You can take your hands under the knees if you have to bend. Firefly has the legs opened wide and then we come forward. That's firefly. And then snail, I'll just do it from the side real quick so you see, is upside down. And you can bend the knees. And you can put your hands on the back or the feet or on the floor. Now I don't want to do snail today. I'm not going to go there. But if you do, then you go. Some people want to. That's okay. Enjoy it. It's the same benefit. I'm going to go into firefly. That's what I want to go into. And some of you might want to do caterpillar with straight legs. So you decide what works for you. Now, if you need to do butterfly again, do butterfly. Nice, Jacob. Nice. There you go. Beautiful job. If you go to snail and it's too much, just come out of it and do firefly or caterpillar. Yeah, no, you're great. You're awesome. No, Jakob, nice job. Yes, awesome. Way to have half butterfly for 6 minutes today. Notice how your body has changed just in a few practices. You know, when the prince known as Siddhartha Gautama became aware in this particular country, in Thailand, he is extremely honored, the man known as the Buddha. The Buddha had something very simple to say to people. Just be light. Be light. Light means a sense of ease in your own mind and body, but then also a sense of light, brightness. Be light and be a source of light for others. So as you discover the ability of being soft and light with yourself, then we find it easy to be light for others. Remembering Hafiz's poem, after all these years, the sun does not look at the earth and say that you owe me. Look at a power of such a love. It lights up the entire universe. So you too can light up the universe of yourself and the universe of those that come in contact with you. So this is the bell. If you're in snail, you might want to roll forward and back on your spine. If you were in a forward bend, you can take the hammock or anything else. We're going to make our way around when you're ready to our hands and knees, but take your time. So now that we opened our back, we will open our hips. So when you're ready, swan. It's called swan. So I'm going to take my right leg first. So my right knee to the back of my right hand, or as far forward as you can. And then the right foot goes over in front of the left leg. And then the left leg goes back. You got it, Jakob. There you go. If that's all you have. Now, some of you will stay up with your chest, and some will come down either on the elbows or arms straight. Obviously, it's sandy, so sometimes it's nicer to just have the chin or the head on your arms or on the stacked fists. But if you want to be up, then that's okay too. I like doing swan proper, my chest up. But this is about your hip. So even if your head is down, you're getting the benefit of opening your hip bone. Those of you who are newer, this practice is really about our bones and our ligaments. And the ligament is almost like a bone structurally. It's not like a muscle with full of blood circulation. And the way to lubricate the joint, the way to keep the joint healthy, is either by moving it in full range of motion or by challenging it like we're doing now and staying in the pose. So that's a reason why your joints feel a little bit better tomorrow morning, if those of you have noticed that, because we're lubricating the joints right now. We're adding synovial fluid to the body by holding the postures and not using the muscle. The body stops producing its own synovial fluid at some point in our 20s. That's why we say if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. All we're trying to do in yin practice is use the joints of our hips, our low back and our knees, and a little bit of our ankles in ways that are better and more complete than just what most of us do normally. That will help you sitting meditation, that will help you walking. That's also going to help any physical activity that you enjoy if you have one. The three most important poses to remember from this practice is this pose, swan. The next pose that we will do after swan, seal. And then a twist that we will do at the end. Even if you just do those three poses every day, you'll discover that you have a better range of motion in your hips and a much easier time moving in your lower back, which is the biggest complaint in the West. That's the bell. You can roll over to your bent leg side and then kick the leg and lay on your side, or lay on your belly, or lay on your back, or go to down dog, or do all fours, or do what you love to do. You can go to child's pose. You can go to the other side. I wait for everyone, but those of you who may have a practice, feel free to go to the other side before everyone else. No rush, no stress. Getting a few extra seconds won't kill you and won't throw you off balance. So those of you who need my instructions, when you're ready, I'm in all fours. There you go, Yaakov, nice job. So I had my right, now my left leg comes to my hand. My left foot goes in front of my right leg. My right leg goes as far back as possible. And then we just either bring our head down, or you stay up on your elbows or your hands. I promise you that by intention, when we get to our next pose, you'll have perfect view of the sunset. By design, the poses are also sequenced in such a way that by the time the sun changes its direction, so will your head. One of my teachers, a guy named Osho, he's dead now, but you can still listen to his talks and read his books. Nonetheless, Osho has a really nice joke about light and people being light. A man walks into a shoe shop, and then he sees another man in the middle of the shoe shop holding himself from the ceiling by one hand. The man goes to the shoe shop owner and he says, "You have a guy hanging by one arm from the middle of your ceiling. What's up with that?" The owner of the shop looks at the customer and he says, "Oh, that guy, he thinks he is a light bulb." The customer looks at the owner and he says, "Why don't you tell him that he's not a light bulb?" The owner looks at the customer shocked and surprised. And then he says, "Are you crazy? You want me to work in the dark?" You do have to find your own light first, rather than rely on the light of others. Nonetheless, as one of my teachers points out, that he was hanging out with a man in India because he felt that that man was like the sun. And when you're a flower, you don't need a book or YouTube or Google to know how to blossom. You just grow towards the light. And that's the bell. So you can roll to your bent knee side. Don't be afraid to make sounds, noises. That's normal. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Now we will lay on our belly whenever you're ready, no rush. And if you know what seal is, feel free to get in it. If you don't, you'll wait for me to show you. So as promised, the sun will set in the next 5 minutes, and we have that time to look at it. Seal. Now you can be on your elbows to start. And maybe you need to be on your elbows. And that's okay, you're still helping your low back. But if being on your elbows is too easy on your back, then just open your hands a little bit and make your arms straight. And if that's too much, go back on your elbows. If it's not enough, play around and draw your hands to whatever degree feels okay for you. If it's too much at any time, you have the modifications available. And we started the clock for 3 minutes. But please, some people can only hold it a minute, and that's awesome too. Over time, you'll be able to stay 5 minutes and maybe even more. Single-handedly, this is one of the best poses to help create and maintain your lumbar low back curve. It's the low back curve that helps us to feel like we're standing and sitting upright, by the way. Our spine is not straight. When we're sitting and standing straight, the spine has the right curvatures to support that experience. And we work very hard as young babies and young children to create these curves so that we could eventually walk. Chinese theory simply says that as we live our lives, we drain the energy in the kidneys. By stimulating the kidneys like we are now, we help to enhance the life force in the body. And if we have life force in the body, according to Chinese theory, and the life force moves well, then we have a life of ease, of joy, and connection. And if our energy is misplaced or stuck in the body, that's when we have dis-ease, discomfort, and strain. And then the theory on how to balance Well, there are many: acupuncture, herbs, detox, yoga poses, qigong, tai chi. So lots of different systems to support you, all around the idea of helping enhance the life energy. And so that's the bell. We'll come down. And eventually we'll go to child's pose, but take your time. Those of you who want a little bit more in the groin, you can open your knees very wide. Otherwise, your knees can be together or just a little bit apart. And then when you come down, you can put your chin on your hands if you want to look out at the water, or just your head down if you don't want to look at anything in particular. This pose is very good for your knees, and it relaxes the spine from the seal pose. And this pose, towards our end of the practice, brings to mind a quote from an American author, a guy named Tom Robbins. He finishes one of his books with this sentence: "It is never too late to have a happy childhood." That's the bell. I like to move and lay on my belly, but some people like to go into all fours again, or to down dog, or to do something else. Now we will eventually lay on our back, so do what you need. and then we will lay on our back. And this will be our last pose before relaxation. So you lie down on your back when you're ready, and we'll take a twist. Now we'll all try to go to the same side. So when you lie down, bend your knees, lift the feet a little bit, and go to the left. And if you want to cross something, cross the upper right leg over the left leg. But that might not work. Don't worry about it. Just drop your knees to the left. Let your hands and your head do whatever works for you. I like to put one hand on my heart or by my ear and the other hand on my knee. But you do whatever feels good. And if you want to close your eyes and enjoy the sounds of whatever animal that is, do that. Just enjoy the twist as it organizes your organs. That's the bell. Come back to center. Shake the legs if you need to. When you're ready, we'll go to the other side. So you drop your knees to the right. If you cross, that's okay. If you don't cross, that's fine. Be happy where you are. Ask the bell again. Come out. And you can let your legs open wide. And if you want to take a star, make your arms like a V overhead. And if you want to be in a regular relaxation, you take your arms just by your sides, 45 degrees, or wherever you want to put your hands. When you're ready, you close your eyes and just enjoy the sounds around you. Relax your body into the ground. Give yourself permission to feel the wind against your skin or the moisture around your body. Perhaps you feel the texture of your clothes or the sand beneath you. Notice the sense of listening, because when you can hear, you know that you are here, right now, relaxing, accepting, and discovering something new about you. So I'll give you about 60 seconds to enjoy the space around you. And then I'll guide us out at your own rhythm. Slowly, you're going to make your way out, and you'll do what you like to do to come to a sitting position. Some people stretch by taking the legs close and arms overhead and stretching from fingers to feet. Some people hug the knees and rock from side to side over to the left side and then to sit. Some people rock forward and back, and then they rock up and sit. But take your time and then come to a sitting position. You can go inward and close your eyes. You can go inward by watching the view around you. But take a moment to be within your realm of what you created. Find a sense of gratitude in your experience by showing up here today. And then let your hands come together in front of your heart so that you can seal in that sense of gratitude. Again, developing that ability to have an attitude of gratitude enriches and expands the king of all of the organs, the heart. And then allowing yourself to pay attention to the people that were here with you. And it was an honor to guide you. I hope you had a nice practice. Namaste.